window.
And caulking around windows.
Yeah.
It's 3 windshields, if you see the numbers outside.
Yeah.
And if you're, page 138, I'm doing a cheat sheet now. This is a Dana Road water, sewer.
Is it Vicksburg Water and Gas?
There's two
City.
systems.
Okay.
Who's the vendor?
It's Vicksburg.
City of Vicksburg. I was just looking at some of them are 1,500, 1,100, 1,400, 2,100.
We had a leak out there, one of them, Mr. Sturgis, that wasn't on the city, like it wasn't the city, gosh, dog it. It was on, but not at Dana. Coken is not at Dana.
There's one with $6,700.
Well, one that kind of sticks out that's really interesting is Vicksburg High Football Field House.
Yeah.
Is $1,100, and that's more than Sherman, the entire school for Dana Road and Sherman.
Look at the 6,700 one.
And see, we don't know what all is on that one, Mr. Pratt, 'cause I think baseball is on there. We probably need to get what's all on these lines. Yeah, that,
And check, and
I
would
see
you
that
check,
6,700 one,
I mean,
yeah.
that's more than the whole school.
would you check the Beechwood and the Warren Central?
And then you still have
October
Vicksburg High
deal.
School. Vicksburg High School is $7,000.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just
Let
curious.
us, can we can get with them and see what's all, what lines, what, you know what I'm talking about, Mr.
Well,
Green?
at least
What-
look to
what
see
lines?
trending wise, is that normal?
Yeah.
The other one, a $7,000 water bill.
You get that?
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let us check into that and see what's connected to what, see if there's a reason for it.
Okay.
And do y'all have electronic, a lot of these new meters will provide us, so in other words, I get notification if my meter is running continuously. Like at 2 in the morning, if it's still running, the odds of me now being up at 2 in the morning. Won't go there. But, you know, if your meter's running continuously for 24
Yeah.
hours a day, at night when the schools are closed,
I got you.
they should be.
Let us,
Usually the city and Coke can do a pretty good job of that, but I'll pull the bills.
At $7,000 looks pretty.
Yes.
and we probably need to figure out what's all on each one of those lines, Mr. Green, because, that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay, and page 139, and I think I'm done.
What's your vendor? Your numbers don't mean nothing to us, Jim.
No, I got
You got it.
Hey,
I
Jim,
got it.
your numbers don't mean nothing. Give us the vendor.
Give us the vendor.
Give us the
yeah,
vendor.
yeah.
Give you the vendor. Oh, come on now.
I'm just
English, color, and supply.
English?
I look like,
Hold on.
is that it right there? Can I say it?
Let me get that a little bigger so I can read it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's 20,000, I'm just looking at the 20,000, 30,000.
yeah,
20,000. What,
that's Entergy. That's Entergy, yeah, that's Entergy. Because the
Oh,
vendor will be
okay.
down at the bottom, right there with the total that
oh,
we
yeah.
paid.
So is that saying one Warrenton, Warren Central was $30,000?
Yeah, the light
Is that a
bill.
norm?
Yeah,
That's a norm?
that's about, yeah, that's
Wow.
about normal, yeah, yeah.
I just want folks to know that the bill's not cheap. Okay? Just let y'all know that.
Thank you on that water.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions? No other? Is there a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the claims docket.
Motion, it's been moved and properly second. Are there any other questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved.
The next item on the agenda is the approval for a lease renewal for Owensville Communication. It is a 15-year lease beginning January 1st, 2026, running through December 31st, 2040.
Is this a lease for a radio tower? Is that what this is?
That's what it looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Owens Communication,
Yeah.
Owensville or whoever,
Communication.
Owensville.
Yes, sir. 1,500.
Oh, are there any questions?
Does that have to be approved, Briggs, has this been approved since it's not
Got to be approved, yes.
by the Secretary of State? Or,
Yeah, it's on 67 property. And the form of the lease is not in here, but it should have a rent adjustment clause in it since it's more than 10 years. So, but the form of the lease, I think increases or disused, probably has that. So it needs a rent adjustment clause in there, which should be anyway.
Yeah.
Because if it's a form lease, it's going to show that.
That's after 10 years, yes.
That's the next item, the rental adjustment.
Oh, okay.
So they're both on there to approve the lease and then to adjust the rent.
Because it's been approved by, well, it's been reevaluated by
The
tax
Assessor,
assessor.
yeah.
The certificate is attached to the documents as well.
Yeah. I saw that. So it did go up a little bit.
It did.
but it also could go up more.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
The lease,
It's all up when they assessed it now, but then it's going to have a clause in the lease that says after that 10-year period, we reassess. And it can go up more than, so it's not fixed at 12. It should say in the lease, it's not fixed at 12/19. It's going to be, that's going to be fixed for the first 10 years and then it can bump up after that.
Okay, first 10 years.
all right, I make a motion, we approve the 16th, the first item, 16th section lease renewal.
There's a motion to approve the lease renewal. Are there any questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved.
And then I guess we approve the agreement, is next. I make a motion, we approve the agreement with the verification that it has the rate adjustment clause that is supposed to be there since it is longer than 10.
Second.
Moved and properly second, with the additional wordage that Mr. Pratt mentioned. Are there any questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved. Do we have the project updates? Thank you, Al.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Board, we have a brief update. The multi-purpose buildings have all been turned over for school use. We do have a couple of punch list items that are still to be addressed, and they are working on them. But initial returns, the kids are enjoying them,
Yes.
Good.
especially on rainy days, they have somewhere to go run around. So they're already being put to good use. Our project with our fencing and Timbo's construction is behind schedule. They ended up having to fire the sub.
Oh, my.
That was putting on the hardware on the gates. Had to find a new sub to put the hardware on. I actually, like Doc said, I just got back in the office yesterday. Mr. Dodd and I rode around this morning and put eyes on all the gates. And there are still several that are not correct. I will be working with the contractor and our architect to figure out why we're so far behind schedule, and those are still not completed. And I will have a better update for y'all at the next board meeting. And hopefully, maybe by then, they will have them finished. And of course, at the special call meeting, y'all approved, in addition to the masonry wall at Bovina, and then some additional fencing at Warrington, and we're working on timelines to begin that work. The brick wall should probably start sooner than the fencing, but I'll have an update on that timeline to give y'all next month. Yes, sir.
On the fencing, completion of Redwood, how we coming along?
So the fencing is done. They have 3 gates there. One of the gates is working properly, hardware is on. There's still 2 gates that are not there. Now, the back gate of the property, Mr. Dodd and I were in conversation with that today. That'll be in addition we will have to put some new fencing back there that wasn't initially in this project.
Right.
But that is on the radar to work there. That hill back there, kind of the levee that's behind that slough that runs behind the school. We're looking at the best way to do that. Some of that has eroded off back into that ditch that's back there. So where the fence is now, it probably is going to have to be relocated. But we're working on that.
How high do it water?
So, Rick
Right.
was in a flood zone.
Right.
As long as I've known, water's never gotten into school. It actually is more of a risk coming from the field across 61 into, over to the school than the slough that it's behind it. But on a normal year, it doesn't get near that bank's probably about 25 feet back there.
Okay.
To where the base of that is. Of course, right now, there's hardly any water in it. But that flood zone is actually more of a risk coming across 61 than it is from the backside of the school.
That high water coming across.
Because we left the levee in there, was it 2011? We built that levee. 2011, we had, was it 2011 had the flood? Was it 11?
I think it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we had water coming up through the drain, they had to plug the storm drain,
Yeah.
because it was backing up into that area, but we built like a 6 or 8 foot levee all the way around the backside, and they left portions of it afterwards, to make sure we're protected. But you're saying that it's eroding?
Some of it is, yes. And some of the fence, trees have fallen, that's a bunch of woods back there, some of the fence, trees have fallen on. Maintenance has repaired those, but we need to rework some of that back there.
Speaking of fence, did y'all address the fence behind the new the new RCEC building? When y'all were talking to people, the fence, but.
We have not yet, no.
Okay.
It's a part of, there's several, it'll be a part of a bid of multiple, instead of doing it single, we'll do it all together. Because at Dana, the fence is down, I didn't know about this one. He was waiting on a second bid last time I asked.
Okay.
And, I'll call it the bulkhead. It's at Bovana, it looks nice.
Yes. So part of that new will be in addition to the playground side. So you won't, from the interstate, you won't be able to see really any part of that of the school.
And I assume it's helped a lot with sound.
It has.
Yes.
It has.
Yes.
Starting with the next meeting, are we going to start to get updates on the next capital project improvements with the ball fields and
All
all?
right, so those, we have a pre-bid meeting on the 20th for that. We will probably have a bid, hopefully, at the December meeting, come before y'all. And so, yes, ma'am, I can put that timeline on there. I think the project is being bid maybe on the 7th and the 14th in the papers. And then we'll have a pre-bid meeting on the 20th. And then I think bids open, I think it's the second week in December, but I can't remember the exact date. But hopefully, we will have at least an initial bid coming to y'all at the December meeting.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Green. We're now down to the proposed consent agenda, which runs from H, I, J.
So
Are there any items to be pulled?
H2, 4, and J1 and 4. H2 and H4, J1 and J4.
Okay. Are there any others?
Did you say J4?
J4, yes. No others. I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda with the exclusion of H2, H4, J1, and J4.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and properly. Second. Are you ready to vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Pose like sign. Motion is approved. I'd like to make a note up front. The new board meeting for November and December are,
20th in November and the 18th, I was going to say.
okay, the 20th of November and the 18th of December.
Yes.
And that's due to the holidays and
Yeah, right.
all other things
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. And nobody,
Please
you're
make note of
correct,
that.
this holiday. November 20th,
Y'all can come on that. We won't be here.
and December the 18th. I just wanted to make a note for you all. See how nice we are? Okay, with that, H2 and 4 are the same question, and that is, has the addendums been signed
Yes, sir.
on both?
On H4, the addendum is signed.
Okay,
On H2, that's the one with Key City Sports, Key City Park. Now, that one, I did leave some information on that, talked with Mr. Hobson about that one. So if the board was okay with their agreement, I think we were okay.
Yeah, we need to get approval. I need to dig a little deeper with them on that. I know it's a city issue. I really wish we could get it the same place we got it with the convention center, with them, because they're gonna be an arm of the city, so they're gonna have the same governmental protections that you have as a board. I just,
Is there
Different
a
group
reason why
run
they specify, I mean, the agreement is technically with the school district, right?
yeah, but they're on the city, so it's two governmental entities that are apparently.
But they're naming a person instead
Yeah,
of,
well, the name is Lewis, and I want to get that one moved.
Okay,
As opposed
okay.
to the district. And
yeah.
They've got like insurance and indemnification and some of this that Dr. D and I have already discussed, but I really just probably need to have a phone conversation with them, with Dr. D on the line, and we'll go over that. If you want to approve it subject to superintendent and attorney approval, and as soon as we can get it worked out, we can get that going, that's fine. But we got a couple of little things to clear up there.
We got some time, but they don't start practicing till, when does softball start practice?
I think they're after Christmas.
Okay.
So we got some time.
I make a motion to approve H2 with, or to authorize, or to, with the stipulation that the superintendent and the attorney have reviewed and approved.
okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and properly second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved. And 4, is the addendum was signed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve H4.
There's a motion to approve H4. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and properly second. Are there any questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved. We're now down to J1. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Game workers.
J1, A, B, C, D, E, F, J. J1. Okay, J1. My only thing on J1 is I didn't have either an approximate amount or a definitive amount. And you wanted us to approve it with, up under the auspices of just an open checkbook, in my opinion. So I'm just trying to figure out, can you give us a ballpark or a definitive
Yeah, I
amount?
thought we had a set rate per game.
Yes, sir. It's depending on the school sport and specificity of the job. We can get that, I can get that to you, Mr. Chairman.
Did we already approve that as a board, that rate, those rates and all?
Yeah.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
did.
These are just new.
People added to the list?
Yeah.
Well, this is just one person. Is there more than just this one person?
It's
Four.
I think it is, yeah.
Five.
Five, yeah.
Five people.
Yeah. We can get that to you.
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause y'all passed that.
Once
rate.
again, I can't open it up.
Yeah, we passed that earlier. We can get that to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody would add in the motion
This is James.
that they send all of us how much the amounts are,
That's
I would, to the board, so we'll just know it's not an open
So
checkbook.
I only see,
Well, we've already approved it, so it's not an open check.
I mean, I see one person on here. Is this not?
These additions to different games. So it could be.
It's a Will, Mr.
What we have proved are some of the ones that are already there.
Yeah, and these are just if, say for instance, we can't find somebody, then we call one of these and pay them the same, that rate that y'all approved. We'll say it's $45 or something, but we can send the rate of what it is per game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can send that. So these, again, these are not, they only get paid if they work the game, if somebody else is. But we can send that rate.
Look, I can't find the right one. Okay. This is Jay.
We can send that back out
Yeah,
again.
that's all,
Okay.
just
We
send
can
it
send it back
to
out.
let us know, that's all
I see it.
that's all I'm asking.
Yes, sir, we can do that. It's J.
J1.
You ready?
Yes, sir,
Any stipulation?
just to send it to us, that's all how much it's gonna be, that's all.
All right. Make a motion to approve J1 with the provision, the additional information will be provided
To the board.
to the board.
Yes, sir. There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and properly second. Are there any questions, other questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved. J4, did you have something? I have something, Ms. Bassel, but do you have anything? You had mentioned, you asked about it.
I just wanted to make sure that we had, on the section 9 of this, the recommendation corrections, that the salary schedule for these teachers will be adjusted appropriately based on the year's experience that they have changed. And I believe that's what you had told me,
Yeah.
Dr. Holloway, that it would be.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would just like to make an observation, nothing else, and I'm going to say it and I'm done. I've just been noticing the past couple of months that the bus drivers are dropping off, mechanics are dropping off, and that's all I have to say. Is there a motion to approve J4?
J4.
J4.
I make a motion to approve J4.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and properly second. Are you ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved. Okay, we're down to K1, monthly policy updates.
Board, you have three policies for action this month. FHC, Board Inspection and Acceptance of New Facilities Improvements. FFF, Facilities Expansion, State Loans and Grants, and both of these are some language about payments from contractors, how we pay those out. One of them, well, it had some other just grammatical things in it. And then IHE, this one has not come before y'all for a previous meeting, but I'm asking y'all to suspend this. Ms. Sanford and I, last week, we had to turn something into MDE, and this policy was missing a sentence in it, basically, that should have been in it several years ago, and when we turned it into MDE, they called it and said, hey, you had to have this sentence in there. So we've added it to be in compliance with what MDE has asked us to be in compliance with.
Would you happen to know what this sentence was?
Yes, it was about the third grade reading gate, and about students can't pass on to the next grade.
Okay.
And I think when that legislation changed, we just didn't update the policy to coincide with that.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, any question? If not, I'll make a motion.
Let's hear it.
I make a motion that we approve policies FHC
Okay.
and FFF
Okay.
first, and then I'll do the other one separate.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor to approve policy FHC and policy FFF. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and properly second. Are there any questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved.
Now I'll make a motion to suspend the rule and to approve the changes to policy IHE.
There's a motion on the floor to approve VWSD policy IHE H-E. Is there a second?
I second it.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any other questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion is approved.
We have one other thing, I talked with Austin Gilbert, the MSBA attorney. Some of our policies sometimes are minor changes, it may be a comma here, it may be a word here that doesn't change the intent of the policy. He has said that as long as it doesn't change the intent of the policy, if it's grammatical, a word that needs to be added, or, sometimes we find them where it's supposed to say Vicksburg 1 School District or Vicksburg 1 Board of Trustees, and it doesn't have that in there. He has advised that we can change that without having to come to y'all twice to see it. Just change it on it, so if y'all are reading and y'all find something, hey, this needs to come here, send it to me, I'll go in the system and update it. Thank y'all.
Thank you. We're now down to K2, school improvement updates. Anything?
Vicksburg Junior, I think Vicksburg Junior is the only one that presented this thing.
Okay.
Dr. Watkins is here.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
These are board updates for the month of October. Currently, school sit at a 256. We set a goal this year of a 330. The first benchmark results are as follows. Reading proficiency, 45.3. Math proficiency, 34%. Biology with science proficiency, 42.6. The growth of all for reading, 68.7. The growth of all for math, 46.5. The bottom 25 growth, reading 59%. The bottom 25%, math 51.8%, which resulted in a 348. And on the current NDE model, that would have been a 348 to see if this would have been a state test. Demographics, total enrollment, 358. Student attendance, daily attendance on 93%. Chronic absenteeism, 24.58. Teacher attendance rate, 97%. And disciplinary referrals for the month, 43.
So Watson, one question, please. On your reading has gone up. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
And your math has gone up also.
Yes, sir.
And the only reason why I asked those questions is I just read about reading and math which it always has been, is what leaps you over to the next. So I'm very happy and very proud of you and your team for bringing up the reading, especially the reading at your school.
Question real quick, 93% ADA, it looks like you have a 24.5% of the students that have 2 or more absences. Was there any illness or anything that really, is it true chronic absenteeism, or was there a bout of the flu or something that went through the school that could accommodate for some of that, or what are y'all doing? I know that it's very important these children be in the classroom, and we don't have a lot of control over that, so I'm bringing it up for the sheer point of, if our parents want our schools to be successful, the children need to be there, but are there any mitigating factors related to attendance?
It was some flu going around, stomach bug, but I can't say it's up from this time last year. I think it was 89 and 90%, so we are trending in the right direction. So
And teachers are 97, so that's good too.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times when there's sickness going through, everybody gets sick. So, okay, thank you.
I have a question from the standpoint of looking at what is your area of focus for going forward, and what's your plans in place to reach improvement for your school?
The area of focus right now, we're trying to hone in on math. Last year was ELA, as you can see, ELA has come up, so we just a lot of common light planning with the math, and the teachers just buying in and trusting the HMH. That's the major focus, just getting them to buy in. The students are coming to school, they ready to engage, so right now it's just focusing on instruction.
Ms. Harris, if I can add something that we were able to do across all 3 junior highs this year. is our core area teachers all have the same planning. So Dr. Watkins' 8th grade math teachers can meet with the 8th grade math teachers at AOI and at Warren Junior. And our curriculum team has been leading in that, and I attribute some of that because they're collaborating. You can go to their meetings, there's a lot of rich discussion, and they're able to go back to their own buildings, having, sharpen the saw with another teacher in your same area across all the junior highs. That's kudos to our principals and also our curriculum department for being able to pull that off as well.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. And my last statement is, and I promise, Mr. Attorney, I'm not throwing a knife at you, but I read in the newspaper, all but one of the state's 7 existing charter schools, and that one did not receive a grade at all, received grades in 2024-25, they were rated either D or F. And again, this is, I'm not throwing anything at Mr. Attorney over there, but this tells you about the charter schools, and I'm a public school man. So I just want to bring that up on how they are performing. And they don't have a board like we have here, and they don't have the rules like we have here. And yet, they are D or F.
We're also glad they're being assessed,
Finally.
because there are other moves in state funding to move money to other entities that are not assessed like we are, for money would follow students. And if you don't have accountability, we wouldn't know this.
Correct.
We know that this is evidently, there's some challenges with the charter schools right now.
And the board members, I told you all that they're changing the accountability. I think it passed, and I will have the new cut scores. Like we're gonna have to achieve 100 points more is what the state did on the district level to maintain what you have. So some of the elementary school standards increases were not that high, but on the district, they kicked it up really, really high.
Are there any other buckets or ways to accumulate points that would help us that weren't there before?
Yes, the new readiness, I think we'll get some extra points from that new readiness model, and I'll give you the details of that because of.
Is there a way to take the new model and apply it to last year
Great question. They're gonna do that. They're doing that for us now, and they're gonna give us what those results would have been on this new model.
Okay.
So we'll kind of know what we're looking like, but they did raise the standard high.
Nothing like
So are there,
Changing the.
changing the game?
so are there initiatives similar to what Mr. Green talked about with the math instructional?
Yes.
Are there other initiatives like that to get in front of this and 100 points here so that we're not?
Yes, ma'am. The teachers are working together a lot more, and we have that same consistent math curriculum that we talked about. So kids will get used to the instructional language in the math program, so they're better able to understand it as the rigor increases as they go through grades.
So do we have the same initiatives in ELA
Yes, ma'am,
and other
we do.
areas?
ELA science is still, they were supposed to adopt new science standards this year, but they kind of been pushed back. Well, it may happen this year. They have not approved the new science, high-quality instructional materials that we can choose from.
Is there anything that we as a board can do to help?
No, you can't make the State Department, they move at their own speed. I don't want to throw Mr. Attorney under the board.
No, but I mean, as far as within our.
Anything you need. Is there anything you need us
Well, I'll
to
tell you
provide
this.
y'all?
No, we're gonna have to buy new textbooks for science. That's a line, and when you buy textbooks, it's high.
Yeah.
But they do give us several choices, but they just take a little while, kind of like government sometimes,
Yeah.
the bureaucracy. Not talking about. It's just taking them a little while. As soon as they get that, our teachers, the selection is ready to be done. We'll pick something so we can get it in. Our teachers can get familiar and start working together to make sure across the district that we're having.
But the problem is if
good
you buy a new textbook now,
It'll be dead.
it's not going
It's not going to work.
to
No.
use this year.
No,
No.
sir.
Okay, just so everyone understands.
Yes.
So to the newspaper, they are moving the goalposts.
Yes, they are.
That's the headline. They are moving the goalposts.
Very high.
Yes. Okay, that's all I have. Does
That's
anybody
it.
else?
Yeah.
have anything? So is there a motion to go
Motion we
into,
go into closed session to determine the agenda for executive session.
is there a second?
Second.
Moved and properly second. Are there any questions? Are you ready to vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Approved. Mr. Pratt?
We just
How you
got
like?
it in, Coach.
You did all right.
All right.
You did all right. I am not calling you
We
white.
just got it.
I appreciate that.
He is, his name is, he's got an office here. Jason Akuf. He's in Building B over at North Central High School, so yeah. Doc, have you met the new attendance officer?